Welcome to the Black American channel of the free and the brave. Today, guys, I'm spilling the beans. I'm gonna let you guys know how I became a coon, how I became a bootlicker, how I became a sellout and a traitor to my race. And what did the famous poet once say? I am whatever you say I am, because if I wasn't, then why would you say that I am? Before we get into this video today, guys, hit me up with the HBO special. That's a Help a Brother Out special. Give me a like, a subscribe, and leave your comments down in the comment section so we can have a conversation. Let's talk about it.
I feel bad for really smart Black people. It has to be exhausting to just constantly be accused of betraying your community because you understand anything. I mean, I've seen people say Clarence Thomas would vote slavery back in. You understand that what he's doing is arguing that the point of the original 14th Amendment was particularly to naturalize African-American slaves. And it also should require some sense of loyalty and like allegiance to American identity, which is actually a much more pro-Black position than just saying anybody's equally an American when they step foot onto this soil and eject a baby. Corporations in this country want the 14th to stay the way it's interpreted right now, because birthright citizenship will allow them to turn this country into a strip mall. We have Black excellence rearing its head, really, fighting it with 150 IQ and very refined legal thinking. And the problem is like, but it's like too white coded. It's like white adjacent. He's like upholding the system, man. We all got to get together.
I mean, what else is there to be said? I mean, y'all see my comment sections. The collective is always going to outcast anyone that disagrees. I guess the sad part is my ancestors fought for me to be able to become an individual just so that my community could hate me. Like, it's a crazy existence, man. It's crazy.
It absolutely is a crazy existence. Now, I didn't necessarily want to be in this situation, but like the white man in the video said, it must be hard for smart Black people to live life and be accepted amongst his own people. Because once you start to understand anything, things literally start to make sense. And then you will start to realize a lot of the things we do and the way we move as a Black community is detrimental. It's absolutely detrimental. And we are the ones that are holding ourselves back. Now, I have 3 particular points that I want to go over to let you guys know how I'm considered a coon, bootlicker, traitor to my race, blase, 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 and blase. The first thing that I want to talk about is accountability. Now, any Black person that holds other Black people accountable is going to automatically be labeled as the coon from the greater majority of Black people who are not trying to hold Black people accountable. Let me give you an example. Tuskegee has recently, I won't say adopted or created a dress code because it was already there. They're just reinforcing a dress code. Now, you may want to say they can't tell us what to wear when we're paying this money to go here, things of that nature. I don't want to get into the weeds of that. What I want to talk about is the fact that the new president of Tuskegee University wants Black people, the Black students, to do better and to be better and to create better habits and to be looked at upon others in a higher esteem. The fact that he wants to do that and the fact that others are combating him in the fight to remain average or below average is absolutely mind-boggling. And his desire to create excellence is being combated against with absolute ignorance. Absolute ignorance. So, of course, he's now a coon. He's white adjacent. he wants to please the white man. No, he knows that we have to do better and be better in order to attain things in this country. And we have a lot of black students out here graduating that wore bonnets and do-rags and pajamas to class every day and then wonder why they can't get a job that pays over 50 grand. Make it make sense, because it doesn't. And you're not going to make it make sense at this point, because I haven't heard a good argument that combats what I try to do also, which is holding black people accountable and wanting black people to do better. And when it comes to doing better, I mean, we need to do better with our crime statistics. 12% of the population used to be 13 for a brief amount of time, but it just recently dropped down to 12% because we are out here taking each other's lives and we are walking into that clinic. And you know exactly what I mean. We are walking into that clinic and we are removing ourselves from this country deliberately. And I'm not going to get into the weeds of that. I want to stay on topic. But when I talk about making better decisions, having discipline, because nobody is forcing anybody out here to go out here and commit a crime. Nobody is forcing anybody to walk into that clinic. Nobody is forcing anybody to open up their legs, drop those pants in order to create, you know what I'm talking about. No one is forcing you to do that. We are our biggest foe when it comes to creating the life that we know that we deserve. When we talk about Black excellence, how do we get there without being excellent? How do we get there if we're not teaching our students that they need to go outside and be presentable? I see far too many of our kids, our teens, even adults going outside with SpongeBob pajamas and Crocs, do-rags, bonnets. How are we gonna even perceived as being excellent? We may be excellent, but if somebody doesn't even perceive us to be that way, we will lose out on opportunities. And just because I want to hold us accountable in that way, I'm a sellout. No, guess what? You're a sellout. Let me tell you why. Sellouts are people that are the ones that have completely bought into the I don't care what anybody thinks brigade. After the 60s, after our civil rights movement, which gave us everything we wanted, after that, we threw our hands up and were like, you know what? We got everything now. We don't have to do anything else. That has been a very detrimental mindset to have for our community. And I don't understand how you people don't understand that. You don't understand that. 70s, we got jive. 80s, we got into drugs. 90s, we went to jail. And now, what are we doing? What are we doing? Absolute depravity in public. You've seen the body cam videos. You see World Star. You see all this stuff. It's exponentially higher with our community than anybody else. And when I point it out, I'm a sellout and a traitor. Crazy. It's actually comical at this point because you guys have no other actual arguments. You're just lazy. I'm a sellout because I want you guys to do better. No. Yeah, we had a terrible past. We struggled to get to where we are, but you have to lose the slavery hangover. Because right now, in today's time, 2026 and beyond, we have everything we've been fighting for. And it's up to us to become excellent on every level that we lack in. That's crime rates, that's walking to the clinic rates, that's literacy rates, that's mode of dress. And that's also demanding more from the politicians we decide to vote for. Because at this point, we're not getting anything by voting at a 90% clip for one side. because they know that they they know that they have our vote, so they know they don't have to give us anything. And then the other side knows we're not going to get their vote, so we don't have to give them anything. See how that works? And it's absolutely a complete Jedi mind trick that the Democrats have gotten a 90% clip of our vote. No other demographic in the country is like that. No other demographic has been completely hypnotized like that because they're not that ignorant. We will be given facts to our face. I could tell you, and I've done it before, I could tell you that 80% blacks founded the Republican Party. So what? I could tell you that the KKK was created by Democrats to combat the Republican Party and to keep blacks out of office. So what? I could tell you that Democrats created loitering laws just for blacks who didn't have a job, couldn't be around each other. And if they were without a job, they would go to jail. So what? I could tell you that the Democrat Party created redlining. So what? I could tell you that the Democrat Party created Jim Crow. So what? I could tell you that the Democrat Party voted against the Civil Rights Bill of the 60s. So what? You're going to tell me that, oh, the party switched. When did the party switch? Because as of recently, Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black. And all y'all got in a single file line and went down to the polls and voted for him. How could he has said the N-word on Congress floor at least 6-7 times? He said he didn't want his kids to go to school with black kids and go to school with black kids in a jungle. He created the crime bill of the 90s that still have some of our dads, uncles, and brothers in prison over a nickel bag to this day. I could present you with all the information, and you will continue to vote for a party that absolutely has none of your beliefs, but it's culture. How low IQ do you have to be to not take in actual facts and process them and change your belief system? I know it's hard. Trust me. I know it's hard. But one day, I just hope and I pray that my people will wake up. I hope and pray that you guys one day wake up. Number 2, when I hold my people accountable. Now, this is the funniest thing to me, and I've seen other people with my stance say this. You guys, for whatever reason, think that we are trying to get approval from white people. Guys, come up with something better than this. This is lazy. This is absolutely lazy, because my belief system, my core values have nothing to do with white people. My belief system has everything to do with what I want to happen to me and to the people around me and to the people of the country and, of course, people of my community. Has nothing to do with proving anything or getting approval from anybody at all. I came to this set of beliefs on my own. White people, Republicans, conservatives, they are not out here recruiting black people. Trust me, I've never seen it. No one has ever had any account of it. They are not out here doing that. Now, they are elated that a black person can actually think for himself and wake up from the 90% and then go against the grain and be like, but there has never been a component of being on this side and being around white people where I felt like I am trying to get approval, or they are actively recruiting me to see if I am, quote unquote, one of the good ones. Please stop being lazy. Please come up with better arguments, better retorts because that one is absolutely asinine. I am not looking for anybody's approval. I'm honestly looking for Black people's approval. I don't understand how I can hold my people accountable to be better, but then my community will shun me because I want them to be better. We are out here, we will listen to the worst of our own if he's Black and a Democrat before we listen to the best of our own and they don't think like us. Like the white gentleman said in the video, Clarence Thomas, the Supreme Court justice, is fighting to eliminate birthright citizenship, which was given to us as Black people, as slaves, to be to be citizens of the United States of America. It was not intended to be used the way it's being used today. But since he does not think like or vote like the rest of the community, any and everything he says will be denounced, which should be absolutely shameful. And I don't understand how, like, maybe some of you guys do understand and have sense, but maybe you're just scared to come out of the closet as more of a free thinker, more of a conservative individual. And with that being said, Black people are way more conservative than we vote. I just recently saw, what's his name? Ami Horowitz, I believe his name is. I'm gonna do a video about this next, actually. He went onto a college campus and interviewed Black students, and he could not find one Black student that was actually liberal. He read them a list of questions and they were either a Democrat policy or a Republican policy, and they had to just say, do they agree with it or do they not agree with it? He could not find one single Black person on a college campus, which is liberal indoctrination camps. He could not find one Black student that was less than 60% conservative. They all range between maybe 70 and 90%. He could not find one. We are not even raised to be liberal. But somehow we've been captured. And just because people like me want to point that out, we're sellouts. And the last point I want to talk about is withholding my community accountable after laughing at the rebuttal of I'm trying to appease white people. Guys, this is not an easy life. It's not easy being a conservative Black person. I've lost friends, family. I looked up one day and I was like, talking to my wife, I'm like, damn, babe, I don't have any friends. I got to find a whole new circle. I mean, granted, it's fine because I am true to me and I understand that what I'm doing is correct. Maybe the higher the IQ, the more you understand. Well, of course that is. And maybe the correlation with Black people having the lowest IQ in the country, maybe that has something to do with why we cannot relinquish this tribal behavior. And it's so tribal that even if it goes against our beliefs, things we know to be right, things we know to be true, honorable and respectable, even if it goes against those beliefs, we will still promote them just so we won't feel like an outcast. And the worst thing about it, because I'm in so many different circles now, not just Black, not just white, all kinds of circles, not just Democrat, Republican, Muslim, atheist, Christian. The thing is with the way things are going on now, everybody can see the ignorance, guys. Everybody can see the cognitive dissonance to where we ask for something, but then we go back and we don't act like we want it or we need it, or more so that we deserve it. It's mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Now, guys, again, Am I a sellout? Am I a coon? Am I a traitor to my race? Let me know down in the comment section. Like I said earlier, I don't believe I am. I know I'm not, because I only want us to do better. I want us to be better, do better, dress better, learn more, and change our entire lives. Create new and better stereotypes. Become a respectable race of people here in the US of A. Again, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Give me the HBO special. That's a Help a Brother Out special. Give me a like, a subscribe, hype the video. Until next time, this is the Black American channel of the free and the brave.